Didn't see you there. It's fall. We got cold weather coming, and we still want to get some use out of the old girl here. So we're gonna try and put in a propane furnace. So I'm gonna show you how I'm doing it, and you can tell me how I'm screwing it up, because I might be. We'll see. All right, so this is a furnace I got off of Craigslist. It cost me all of $20. As some of you remember, one of my philosophies in this project is start small, try and, well, I suppose buying a bus isn't small, but start cheap, so you can make so that your mistakes are cheap. So, $20 into this. Got way more than that into ducting and all that. Right now it's configured to come out the bottom, and the way the fan works in here, I think I want to keep that. It does have holes where I could go through the side. There on the other side here, but I'm gonna try and work with those. So I built this little stand, and that'll make a little bit more sense here. The other thing I want to address right away is the exhaust here. I have a plan for that. I have some piping. I'm actually going to cut a hole in the floor here and exhaust it down and then back out through the front, because I really don't want exhaust ports on the side of my bays. And I suppose the last thing is we will have carbon monoxide detectors, so we'll be safe. Anyway, so here's my plan. So I've already kind of cut one here. I'm gonna try and reuse the stock HVAC ventilation system, because I kind of recreated it on the inside for over-the-road use anyway, and I don't want to duplicate things if I don't have to. So what I've done here, I'm fighting a cold here. All right, let's pull this out real carefully. I don't know how well we can see in there, but you can see this rivet line here, and you can see it follows right into there. So this squirrel cage drives air from the heater core here, which is, take a look at that. That's bigger than most car radiators. Drives that air up into here, up here, into the cabin, and away it goes. So my plan is to follow this angle up and shoot the air up there. Well, yeah, that should just work. I'm hoping that'll just work. And the interesting thing here is this side here is aluminum. I use this hole saw here, and it actually does not like going through aluminum. It's too soft. But and then there's a layer of I don't have one here, but there's a layer of fiberglass here, and then it's insulated with fiberglass. So I've got some of this great stuff here. We're gonna put this elbow in here and snake it in there, right? Now that's pointed up. Seal it with the great stuff around there. That's good and sealed. Do the same on the other side. And now I know what you're thinking. What about the return? Well, here's my plan here. I have that board over there. You see that? That goes over here. My plan is I'm going to cut out a hole right here for the return. The way this was meant to be installed in an RV is this actually is inside, and so this is actually the return intake. There's no ducting for it, it just sucks it in right there. And then, so I'm gonna have a panel that comes over that and seals all that up, so that's not gonna be a problem. So, I took a nap today, so I got off to a great start. So I'm gonna keep on this. It's getting late, but we'll see how we go. Making good progress here. Did a quick dry fit. Nothing's taped up or whatever. I don't have that board screwed back on over there. I figured I need to figure out exactly where it's gonna go, where the hole's gonna be in there and stuff before I drill its hole. But But yeah, let me walk around to the other side.
Oh, there's Cocoa Beast. Oh, she wants tummy rubs from YouTube. Tummy rubs.
So here's the other side here. It's just kind of, like I said, just dry fit in there, no big deal. And again, that exhaust, I have a plan to route that. Hi dog. Hi. She's got something to say. She says it looks a little rough. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Come on, dad joke. So I think my next plan is going to be to put that in, and then I might do a quick just airflow test. I don't know exactly. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if this is actually going to work or not, but I figured my cost of failure here is just covering up those holes, filling them with foam, and trying something else. But I like this idea so far. We'll check back in. Thought I'd give a quick update of where I'm at. It's a couple days later now. You can see how I sealed off the intake with that foam. Now these are all spray foamed in. But when I was testing it, I was running it just right into the bay here. And this piece of exhaust pipe was laying right there. I don't know if you can see this here, but there's some soot here that was developing. And I'm glad I did that test. Eventually I'm going to vent it down there. But that got me thinking something's not right burning wise inside it. So I pulled it out. It's in the garage. Let's go take a look at it. So I've already I got a little ahead of myself. I started pulling it out from its outer casing here. And what I was noticing when I would look through the sight glass here, there's no way you're going to see inside it, but when I could look inside there, I saw one side of it had a little bit of yellow flame. So my plan is to pull this out and see if I can't clean it out or figure out what's going on. So that's my goal, to try and get rid of that yellow flame so it burns more efficiently. Alright, I'm a horrible person. I got too excited when I was working on this. I didn't really update where we were at. But it's running. Oh, jeez. That came off. That's not going to work very well. There we go. I'm going to have to tape that back up. I got some duct tape here. But I'll pull this off. I don't know if we can see in there. Let me turn that light off. Alright, so here's the burn right now. A little bit of yellow in there. Here, there, maybe I should turn it down. But what there is not now is, I'll go show you on the other side. There's not soot anymore, but let me button this up and then I'll go show you that. Oh! Okay, so that's buttoned back up. Now the thing I want to mention here is, I don't know if you can see here, I have this grate here taped up. And actually I zipped off the ends on here so it would seal up. The intake for this system is all coming, well, you can't really see it, it's all coming back there. I cut that hole in there, remember? So it's pulling the intake air from here. And it's not getting sucked back this way. I mean, it's possible, it's physically possible for that to happen, but it would have to go through the squirrel cages. I just can't imagine that would be very efficient. And again, these are actually angled up, so the air is coming up that way. And when we go inside, I'll even show you. But if we check this out right here, we're not getting any. Is that hot? No, that's not that hot. This is all from the last time I ran it. Now it's running clean. I mean, there's a little bit of moisture here, but I think that's pretty normal. It's running way cleaner now. Let's go inside. Well, I feel like it's a lot warmer. It's not showing a whole lot here, but then again, excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. I was in here, or I was eating dinner, and one side wasn't even plugged in. Oh yeah, I can feel the heat coming from there. So, this is where the stock air inlet is. And then I have the other one coming from right here. And I don't know if you can hear it, but that's where it's coming from. So I don't really expect this to be terribly efficient. I know it's going to take a while, but I think tonight I'm going to run it some and just see where I get. See if it can hold the temp. I'm going to let this run here a little bit tonight and see how it does. It's going to get down to the 30s tonight. I have yet to connect it in with the thermostat over there. Right now I just have the wires, I just closed them. So I haven't connected it to the thermostat yet. The wires down in the furnace are just, they're just connected, so the thermostat switch is just on all the time. It'll never cycle off. So I'll hook that up next. I don't know if it's a different system than my air conditioners. I think those require power to switch a relay. These, I don't know if they're using separate power or not. Right now I don't have it. I have it connected to 12 volt power, but that's it. Speaking of that, I've thought about running it off of, this unit has a 120 volt transformer as well. I'm wondering if I might get better fan speed out of that. Along with that, I've thought about, I wonder if there's some way I can run like maybe 18 volts to it or something, just to get a little bit more airflow out of that thing. But I may burn out the motor, and I don't want to do that. So that's where I'm at. I got a couple more things to do before this trip that I'm on. Probably do some updates from there. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I will do an update on this. Maybe we'll check in tonight. Who knows? So I wanted to do a post little trip update on the heating system, and so I had a friend of mine stay with me. We stayed 2 nights in Duluth, and it was pretty cold. Got into solid 30s, I think 29 one night, and the wind was howling. It was like, it was shaking this whole thing. Like it was almost like sleeping on a boat that one night. That night, my friend Mike told me it got pretty cold, or it got pretty cold outside. Wind was blowing, but he said it almost got a little too warm for him. So it was up to 68, 69, and it kept climbing throughout the night. I did find I had to, if the thermostat cycled off, for some reason the pilot light would go out. Now it was blowing pretty windy. That could have something to do with it. It was in a bay enclosed, so I would hope not, but that could have something to do with it. So, but overall, I would say this was a success. It's probably not the best for below 0 Fahrenheit camping and stuff, but it worked for what we would mostly do is fall camping, or early season, late season. We're not going to use this as a winter vehicle. If we do use it in the winter, the main over-the-road heat is going to be on because we are heading south. You know, maybe go to Texas or Florida or something, so that's not a big deal. I don't think we're going to stay overnight. Maybe at a truck stop or something, but the engine will be pretty warm. Everything inside will be pretty warm, and I would think the furnace could keep it comfortable, you know, even in the 20s with that. So that's everything. If you have any questions about this or I don't know, suggestions, love to hear it. So thank you again. Subscribe, tell your friends, or don't. I don't care. Thanks. Bye.